George Woodhouse is a top-tier British intelligence agent tasked with uncovering a leak within his organization. To twist, his wife, Catherine, also a top-tier British agent, is among the prime suspects. All suspects are invited for a dinner in their mansion for systematic evaluation with their food laced with truth serum. George was deceived with an implicating receipt planted in their apartment, indicating his wife's infidelity. Meacham, who gave George the list, was poisoned. This incites an internal enemy. Meanwhile, George, suspecting his wife, exchanged his office key card for hers. As they leave separately for work, he sneaked into Catherine's office and accessed her system to view her itinerary. He located her destination for the next mission, Zurich, and memorized the coordinates of the meeting place. James Stokes arrived to directly insinuate that George's wife is a high suspect of treason. He agrees to check it out. As Catherine leaves for Zurich, George employs the help of Clarissa to track his wife. In a window of 3 minutes before they are suspected, Catherine, slow to show up, was eventually located, and her guest's face was captured and identified as Andrei Kulukov. Unfortunately, the leak was discovered in the agency and George was so worried, all agents were summoned to identify the agent gone rogue within the team. The head of intelligence insisted that the culprits must be identified. Catherine, unsuccessful with the mission, returned knowing something was wrong. She spoke to her worried husband and they devised a new plan with high stakes. They believed the agency head, Arthur, was behind the setup. Catherine met with Arthur and revealed to him how they already knew he was selling Severus, the devastating cyber weapon, to Russia, and how they have eliminated the carrier of the virus. Arthur was devastated and shocked at how his plan was foiled by the couple. They knew he didn't act alone. They need to fish out his accomplice. The only way to do this is without breaking bones. Through a polygraph, every member of the team was tested, and George seized the opportunity to invite each one privately for dinner in his home. One after the other, they agreed to have dinner in his home. They were shocked to meet each other in George's house. This is the final and critical test. This is, first, to pick the gun game. George and Catherine planned to trigger suspects' defensive emotions. They knew the culprit will pick the gun first as they present the evidences they have against the two main suspects. Freddy first. Next is James. They presented the evidence of Severus being destroyed in a covert operation and James' weird movements. At this point, almost all the picture evidences are pointing to James as the accomplice of Arthur. The air was thick with tension. In a long silence, running out of choices, James grabs the pistol and pointed it at George in rage. Shot at George twice, but the pistol was not loaded. With shock in his eyes, Catherine reached for her pistol and shot him on the head. His body was wrapped up and thrown into the depth of a lake, gone forever.